the week in and week out battles that you had, and then to get through the postseason, what is that like in the Big Ten?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Big Ten is the best. It's the best conference in football. You got teams top to bottom. Every week's a battle. There's no easy wins. Like I remember we played off the bye week playing Nebraska. I think they had just got blown out by Indiana, and we're in a dogfight with them all the way down to the end. So it just goes to show you every week's a battle. There's no easy wins. I think there's just so many good teams in the Big Ten, and yeah, it's a tough conference for sure.
And then physically, how you guys had to go through the playoffs. You guys were the first ones to kind of go that deep. What did that take out of you guys physically? Obviously, it was worth it to win the national championship, but afterwards, physically, kind of beating is that for guys to get all the way that deep into the season?
I think that's what we trained for. I think Coach Mick, our strength coach, and Coach Day prepared us for the physical battle is going to be. We knew what it was going to take, and so our bodies were ready for it. And I think Coach Mick does an amazing job in the off seasons. He prepares us for that. We get the amount of yards we need to get to prepare our bodies. We lift the weights we need to prepare our bodies for those kind of things. So it's not really as much as a beating. Obviously, guys running the walls when they hit injuries and stuff like that. Stuff like that sucks. But I think Coach Mick does a great job for us to be physically ready, and there's also a lot of different recovery throughout the season that he makes sure that we're on top of it.
Sonny, when you look at the schedule this year, the Penn State game, it's got a good point there. What stands out about that offense, specifically matching up with Drought?
Yeah, I think they got a lot of experience on the offense. Drought, I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's third year starting. So been starting for a while, a lot of experience. Two running backs, very experienced, very talented. I know they lost a tight end, but they always have good tight ends. The offensive line's experienced as well, brought in some receivers. So I think, when you look at a good football team, usually, a team competing for a championship, they usually have an experienced quarterback. So I think that's the biggest thing that stands out to me. He's experienced, he's talented, he knows how to run an offense and stuff like that. I'm sure all the guys over there have ultimate confidence in him. So it's going to be a tough match.
Specifically with that physical talent, what does he do well? What is it about him that scouting?
I think we just look at the frame of him. He has the ideal frame of a quarterback. He's like 6'4", 6'5", he's like 230 or something, 240. He's a big guy. He can take a hit. He's tough. He's not afraid to pull the ball down and run. The arm talent's there. He can throw the ball as far as he needs to and stuff like that. I think he reads the field pretty well. But it'll be an interesting matchup. Can't wait for it.
So you see the defensive tackles in front of you. What do you think of them right now, their progress? And do you think that they're going to be able to what you guys can?
Yeah, I have ultimate confidence in them being everything we need them to be this year. I think they're going to exceed expectations. I know they have a chip on their shoulder in the defensive line room. They have something to prove. We lost 4 starters, and I know people are probably looking at the D-line with a question mark, but everyone in the building, we have ultimate confidence in those guys. Specifically with the D-tackles, Kaden McDonald's a monster. I think he's one of the best nose tackles in the country. Edric Houston's a guy that came in at DN. Now he's playing 3-tech. And the way he's able to put on weight and hold it in a good way and still be freakishly athletic. He's a great athlete. He's going to be a great player. And then you got Will Smith. I think Will Smith probably been one of the guys who took the biggest jumps this year. He's looking like an absolute baller, so I'm really excited for him. And then we've got a few other guys that are just trying to find the way. Like Taiwan Malone's another guy. He could be a baller. Jason Moore's another guy, about 6'4". It's like 315. He's got all the size, so I'm excited for him this year as well. But, I think the defense line has some chip on their shoulders. And
As a team leader of this defense, you found yourself pushing back knowing that they need to have a chip on their shoulder, need to be at the level that those guys were last year for you guys to reach what you want to do as a defense?
Yeah, I think everyone in the building knows it. They've told us, we've told them, if you guys aren't elite, we're not going to win. And that's on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line. It starts in the trenches. So if those two position rooms aren't elite, there's pretty hard to win a national championship without those two units. So I think they both know that. Both units know that. And I think they're both going to have a good season. I'm super excited for them.
Sonny, on the field, Jeremiah, he is what he is, but everybody can see the talent. But how has he handled kind of the stardom and everything that comes for a player, and especially being so young, covering the video game, accolades, all this kind of stuff? How has he handled that away from the football?
Yeah, man, Jeremiah's a super humble kid, man. Quiet guy. With all the attention he gets, you would think he'd be super full of himself and stuff like that, man. He's so humble, so quiet, just puts his head down to work. That's what I really appreciate about him the most, man. He doesn't act like he's a big superstar, even though he is a superstar. It's I think it's fair to say that, but Yeah, he works so hard. He puts in all the work. He has all the physical capabilities. He probably wouldn't have to work hard. He'd probably still be pretty good, but he puts in the hard work, so that's why he's going to be elite. And yeah, he handles all that stuff very well. I think for us, it's just taking this year and attacking and proving all the doubters wrong. And not living off last year's national championship hype. We're not looking at us coming into the season like, hey, we got to defend our national championship. We're looking at it this year like coming into the season like, we got to prove something. We got something to prove every game. Put a chip on our shoulder. And that's kind of the reason for us trying to step away from last year's national championship and the science and stuff like that. Really just trying to stay focused on the future. And leaving a legacy would be going and completing our 3 goals. Because since I've been here, we haven't completed those 3 goals in the season. So being that team at North, winning the Big 10 championship and winning the national championship.
Sonny, how much reminders are there just in the building about the national championship game, or have the coaching staff made a point to kind of try and tuck that stuff away so it's out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah, I think everyone in the building has made a point to tuck that stuff away. Obviously we can enjoy that and hold on to it forever. No one can take that from the 2024 team, but it's a new year, it's a new team. This team's got a lot to prove. I know we started this year. We do a meeting in the winter every year, and that meeting was talking about reinstilling our culture and rebuilding our foundation, the foundation of our team, because the foundation we have last year isn't going to work this year. It's a completely new team, new foundation, so we got to build that up.
Sonny, you may have already answered this, but what excites you about Matt Patricia's style of coaching and how he's going to use you potentially next year?
Coach Patricia's a good coach. He's a great coach. Obviously he's won some Super Bowls. He's had some really good linebackers under him. It's pretty fun watching film with him, seeing all the great players he's had. I think what excites me the most is just him. He's going to put us in position to make plays. Whatever guys are good at, he's going to get them in that spot to do those things. So it's going to be a super exciting year.